So somebody said he watched about 2-3 of my videos where I was talking about how hold on guys, how that the claim that Peugeot EW10J4 engine will consume less than Peugeot EW7J4 engine, even though Peugeot EW7J4 has lesser power, and Peugeot claimed it will consume less than EW10J4 in the manual. Likewise, I mentioned that also he doesn't believe that my claim that EW10J4 in 307 will consume less than what's the name, TU5JP4. That's, EW10J4 is 2.0 liter engine, while TU5JP4 is 1.6 liter engine. Like again, because according to him, the user manual claimed that TU5JP4 will consume less than the 2.0 liter engine. Okay. There's something you need to understand. Let me see. Okay. Now you need to find one thing. You need to find out first, or to understand, not even to find out. Or you can also do your own research on that. Is when Peugeot make a claim, or manufacturers make claim of fuel consumption, what they are doing is, with the cab weight, they weigh the vehicle. Most times the cab weight is the vehicle with a driver, not like you have a passenger or your boot is loaded. No, they are saying this vehicle, the way it is from brand new, the tires, the alloy rim size, everything about the vehicle, with only just one person in the car, which is the driver, the person sitting behind the wheel. That if you drive this car at so and so kilometers per hour or miles per hour, that is going to consume this amount of fuel on average. That's what they mean. So when Peugeot is saying EW7J4, which is 1.8 liter engine, petrol engine, will consume, let's assume it says will consume 46 miles per hour, 46 miles per gallon, doing like 100 kilometers per hour. And EW10J4, which is 2.0 liter engine, will consume maybe like 43 miles per gallon at same speed, which is 100 kilometers per hour, as in with the maximum speed, that's like gear 5. What they are saying is, as long as it's only that vehicle, there's no additional load apart from the person sitting behind the wheel, and that the person sitting behind the wheel, they also like assume or put average weight of human being, maybe like 75 kg or 65 kg. So it's not like it's exact. That's why they say this is their claim. So it's not like every situation is going to be that fuel consumption. So if you weigh maybe more than the weight they use, the human being weight they use to do that analysis, it means it's going to consume more, even if you don't have any other thing in the vehicle. In fact, not back in the days, I still have the manual. My Peugeot 505 user manual actually showed about, I think, 3 different vehicle speed and the consumptions. I think my 504, I also have a 504 user manual. I think that one also shows that. I can't be sure. I think the 2 does, but I'm not so sure about it. They will tell you like at 80 kilometers per hour, this is what the car will consume. At 120 kilometers per hour, this is what the car with this engine will consume. So in the manual, you will see a table with about different 5 engines, both petrol and diesels, of the same vehicle, that's the same model of Peugeot car. So the speed will determine the fuel consumption and the rest. So what they are looking at is the cab weight. So for EW7J4 engine, just the smaller engine. Okay, let me just be using the smaller engine now so that it won't confuse a lot of people who don't know what I mean by EW7J4, EW10. For the engine, for the 1.8 liter engine that has 115 horsepower on a vehicle that weighs like 1,300 kg, and then the same vehicle that has a 2.0 liter engine that weigh, maybe because the engine is a little bit bigger, it may weigh additional 20 or 5 kg or 10 kg. However, because the 2.0 liter engine has additional power like 30 or close to 30 horsepower, over the one with 117. Yes, with the same, if you follow, if it's just the driver and the two of them have, the two drivers have the same weight, and they maintain the factory spec without adding any load, the same alloy wheel that the car was tested with by the manufacturer, or the same steel wheel, or the same tire sizes, and everything in the car is the way it's supposed to be from factory. Yes, the EW7, the 1.8 liter will consume less because it's just one body, one person in the vehicle. But once you start adding load to that car, for more than 4 persons sit in the car, and maybe the 2 persons now add additionals, maybe they weigh over about 100 or 75, let's just average of 75 kg each, or 100 kg. So you are looking at additional 300 to 400 kg on that car. So making the car that is supposed to give you 46 miles per gallon, you now add it additional 500 kg or 400 kg. Guy, nope, it's not going to give you that same distance because the engine now is carrying beyond its capacity. The 2.0 liter one with additional 30-something horsepower will be able to pull that weight, even though it might still be a bit stressful on the engine. But it will, in this case, it will now consume less. It's going to consume less now because it has enough power. May not be enough power, but at least it has more power to pull the car than the one with the lesser power. So it may not be enough, like I said, but at least it has more to pull it to consume less. Let me give you an analogy. That's one at least everybody will relate to. Almost every Nigerian have generator, right? That's because of power supply issues. So almost every household you find generator, not just in your house, even in offices. Almost everybody is running generator. Now you realize that when you buy a smaller generator, depending on the kVA, they have different distance. You put on the fuel or the diesel or whatever, then you start on powering all your gadgets in the house or in the offices. You realize that the more gadgets you put on, the more the sound of the generator changes. You could just pay attention, be observant. As you're adding more light, putting on lights, what it means, you are adding load on the generator. In this case, which is engine, like engine of the vehicle. So the more power you put on, it translates to load. The same thing you do when somebody sits in more people sit in your vehicle. So you're adding load to that vehicle. So at a point, you now realize the more, in fact, if you put on something like AC in your house, and the generator is the one that is meant to carry just only bulbs and maybe your television and all those things, you will find that your generator will just start making horrible noise. The power, in fact, you see, if the bulb is on, it will dull. It will, instead of it to become brighter, it will just reduce. Because at that time, the generator can no longer sustain the load that is mounted on it. The more load, the more you put on the AC or a bigger gadget, before you know it will trip off. It cannot just carry it anymore. So what do you do? Yes, the smaller generator, if you only just put on your headlamp, the bulbs in your room or your house, and then maybe your television, it will consume very little amount of fuel. Yes, your fuel, if you put 5 liters, it may last you for 2 days or 3. But you realize that when you put on 2 TVs or 3 TVs or something, you find out that instead of that fuel generator, the 5 liters will last you for 2 days or 5 days, it will drop for probably a day or even less than 24 hours. So most people in this case, they will like, okay, no, let me go and buy a bigger gen now because I need my AC. This smaller generator cannot carry my AC. Even though that bigger gen is supposed to consume more. Yes, it's supposed to consume more than the generator that has a lower capacity. But you find out that when you buy that bigger generator, the fuel, let's assume you put 10,000 naira fuel in the bigger generator, and you put 10,000 naira fuel in the smaller generator and add the same load on both. You find out that the bigger generator fuel will last longer than that of smaller generator that is supposed to consume less or supposed to last you for like 20 days. But because you've added like 5 ACs or 2, even just 1 AC, because that one is not meant to carry that this thing, it will increase the fuel consumption, because the engine will now start struggling to run it to power that AC, and in that case, of course, the more power it needs, the more fuel it consumes. So it's just a simple thing, you know. So I know it's very basic what I explained, but understand that there are some cases where the 3.0 liter engine will consume less than 1.6 liter engine. Yes. Even though the 3.0 liter engine, so to say, they are called fuel guzzlers. In this case, I'm talking about the V6. Yes, they are known as fuel guzzlers. But there are cases where it will consume less than the 2.0 liter and 1.6 liter engine with lesser power. Even though those ones are designed to consume less. It all depends on, most times, the load you add to that car. So if you want a car, maybe you are doing a business and you know you always be carrying heavy loads that weigh close to 500 kg or less in the vehicle. What you need is one with the biggest engine of the model or that particular car you want to buy. Don't go and buy the one that manufacturer says, oh, it will give you 50 miles per gallon, against the one with bigger engine that will give you maybe like 10 miles, 20 miles per gallon. In that case, that one that will give you 20 miles per gallon will actually give you, maybe when you add, it may consume maybe 50 miles per gallon when you add it additional 500 kg. But the one that is supposed to give you 50 miles per gallon, because the engine is smaller and you have lesser power, when you add that 500 kg, you may get only 7 miles per gallon. And the worst part of it is no longer about the fuel consumption, that the consumption will go high. The engine will die sooner than you expect. It will kill the engine. Yes. That's why most people, when they buy Peugeot cars like EW7J4 and some other things, their engine hardly lasts, because the power, they carry so much load, they stress that engine, they accelerate it, push too much stress on the engine that is not meant for. If you are the type that likes accelerating very quickly, don't go for a smaller engine. In this case, I'm not talking about the engine size. No, I'm talking about the power. It's the power that I'm more interested in, no longer the size. These days, almost all cars now comes with smaller engines, well, turbocharged, just to boost the power. So in that case, the turbocharger, the power of the engine will what you will need to keep that engine to last longer. If you are the type that accelerate, like acceleration, you like to pull your car to run very, very fast. Don't buy a small engine, guy. You kill that engine. Doesn't matter how good it is. Those engines with small power, 72 horsepower, 90 horsepower, 110 horsepower. These engines are meant to just be driven slowly. Yeah, you may still drive 180 kilometers per hour, but you have to just take it slowly. It's not something you press the throttle down. It can't handle it. Even the 180 kilometers per hour honestly, 180 kilometers per hour on a 75 horsepower engine. Come on. I see people that buy 206 with TU3JP that has about 72 horsepower, and you see them bragging that they drive 180 kilometers per hour. Even people that buy TU5JP4, yes, and let me even come there, which is the 1.6 liter with about, it's not even up to 110. Just I'm doing approximately, it's about 108 horsepower or thereabouts. Between 105 and 108. And you are pulling the car close to 190 kilometers per hour, and you are hailing yourself. Guys, you are killing that engine. Seriously. Yeah, maybe once in a, you may do it maybe once in a blue moon, but not at that time you did it, you actually stressed or did a small harm on that engine. If you want power, if you like speed, if you like cars that will pull you to 200 kilometers per hour effortlessly, or you do it, the one that will be doing 200 kilometers per hour all the time, or even 170, 180, then go and get at least 2.0 liter, or even if it's not the engine size, go for one that will give you for 130 something HP. Doesn't matter the engine size, start from there. The HP will actually help to reduce the stress. You don't need to push it too hard on the throttle for the engine to react, because even if it's turbocharger will take most of the work, and you find out that your accelerator pedal probably just go halfway, and the car is already doing the speed you want, or you're interested in, or that is enough for you. But if you buy that on smaller engine with lesser power, doesn't matter how hard you try, as long as the accelerator pedal is always low, you're going to kill that engine. So I'll recommend you get something bigger if you're into power. I know. But it doesn't matter. See, guys, like I'm saying, it's not like you must buy something so that you enjoy power. No, my point is, know why your car consumes more, even though you're supposed to be less, according to what the manufacturer said. It's because you are using it beyond its capacity. If you want speed, find a car that will be able to give you that speed. I'm talking about engine now. Don't find one that will give you that speed and still last for you. If you want the one that will consume less and you don't need all those speed, fine, then use it as intended. So don't carry too much load on the car. Like I said, people, just because people are asking you, give them lift. That lift you are giving them, once you carry more than one person, here, guy, your consumption will go up. It's going to go up beyond what you usually get when you're only driving yourself. So know that you're not just doing it because you are doing it for free. What's the point? Some will tell you, oh, what's the point now? It's not like it's going to do anything to the car. Is it not the same place you are going to? No, you are going to burn more fuel. So that means if you intend to use the fuel in the car for a week without adding any more, that small, this or whatever, once you add more people, that fuel will not last for you. You have to buy more. So that money, it means it's no longer, well, you could still call it charity. But what I'm saying is not that you are paying for that charity you are doing. So don't say that it's not costing you anything. It's doing that. So if you want to do it with knowing, okay, I'm doing this, I'm spending money to help this person. And if that person complains that you didn't carry him or do this thing, that person can go and fuck himself. It's not buying fuel for you. And if your engine has a lower power or too small, and the person expects you to carry up to, or the people that are asking you for the lift expect you to carry up to 500 kg in that vehicle, and when you say no, that you don't want to do it, and the someone will they buy another engine for you? How can you carry one like TU3JP, which is 1.4 liter with 72 horsepower engine? You carry up to 500 kg weight on that vehicle, or 300 or 400 additional weight, and you expect that it won't have any stress on that engine? Come on, be logical. Anyway, that's all for this video. It's almost 20 minutes. Alright, so if you have more questions, you can always ask.